Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is just a little level up in my English speaking journey. अब तक मैं शेडोइंग कर रहा था कि दिन में एक दो बार कोई वीडियो देखता था इंग्लिश में और उसको मैं रिपीट करता था। लेकिन अब थोड़ा सा ये लेवल अप किया है कि अब एआई से स्टोरी लिखवा कर उसको वर्ड टू वर्ड पढ़ रहा हूँ ताकि साथ में रीडिंग की वो भी हो जाए प्रैक्टिस। एंड सबसे बड़ी बात, जो स्टोरी का जो सिस्टम होता है, कहाँ पॉज लेना है, कहाँ रुकना है, यानी इमोशंस, उसको भी कन्वे करना आसान हो जाए और स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ना भी आसान हो जाए। और ये लेवल इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट 10 to 15 डेज चलेगा। उसके बाद हम नेक्स्ट लेवल अप करेंगे डायरेक्टली कैमरा पर आकर के, जस्ट लाइक हैंड जेस्चर, लाइक इमोशंस, लाइक पॉजेस, लाइक आई कांटेक्ट विथ कैमरा एंड अदर्स। जो भी चीज़ें हैं हम उन चीज़ों को फिक्स करेंगे। फ़िलहाल के लिए हम ये 10 to 15 डेज तक का ये स्टोरी टेलिंग का सिस्टम रखेंगे। और आज की हमारी स्टोरी है द हिजरा ऑफ रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। लेट्स स्टार्ट। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। A long time ago, in the hot and sandy city of Mecca, lived our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was a very good and honest man. He told people to worship only one Allah and to be kind to everyone. Many people loved him, but the rich and powerful leaders of Mecca did not like his message. They were angry because he told them to stop doing bad things. I'm just trying to convey the message with my little twist tongue, with a little twist accent. I don't. आई थिंक इट इज़ नॉट गुड। एंड जब मैं इसको एक दो साल बाद देखूँगा, सॉरी एक दो महीने बाद ही देखूँगा, तो मुझे बहुत ही ऐसी आएगी। बट आई एम ट्राइंग टू स्पीकिंग इन इंग्लिश, जस्ट trying to train my mind to speak in English. They were angry because he told them to stop doing bad things. These bad leaders were called the Quraysh. They wanted to hurt the Prophet so he would stop preaching. One day, the leaders of Quraysh met in a special house to make a very bad plan. They decided that they would come to the Prophet's house at night and hurt him. But Allah knows everything. Allah sent the angel Jibreel to tell Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about this bad plan. Allah told प्लान, शायद इसको है तो ये हम तो प्लान ही बोलते हैं, बट आई थिंक अमेरिकन ब्रिटिश में प्लान बोलते हैं इसको। Allah told the Prophet that it was time to leave his home in Mecca and go to a new city called Medina. This journey is called the Hijrah. On the night, the bad men were waiting outside his door with their swords. The Prophet ﷺ was very calm. He had a brave young cousin named Ali. The Prophet asked Ali to sleep in his bed and cover himself with the Prophet's green blanket. This way, the bad man looking through the window would think the Prophet was still sleeping. The Prophet ﷺ also told Ali to return the thing people had left with him for safekeeping. Even though people were mean to him, the Prophet was always honest. Then a miracle. Then a miracle happened. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ opened his door and walked right past the bad man. He threw a little bit of dust in the air, and Allah made the man unable to see him. He walked away quietly, and they did not know he was gone. He went to the house of his best friend Abu Bakr. Together, they started their journey to leave Makkah. They know the bad man would chase him, so so they know they knew sorry they knew the bad man would chase him, so they went to a cave called the cave of Thor Sor. इसमें थोड़ा सोर लिखा जाता है इंग्लिश में THAWR. They knew the bad man would chase him, so they went to a cave called the cave of Thor to hide. When the Quraysh leader found out the Prophet was gone, They were furious. They offered a big reward of 100 camels to anyone who could catch him. They looked everywhere. They followed the footprints in the sand until they reached the mouth of the cave of Sor. Abu Bakr was very scared to the Abu Bakr was very scared for the Prophet. He whispered, "If they look down at their feet, they will see us." But the Prophet ﷺ smiled and said, "Don't be sad. Allah is with us." At that moment, Allah sent a little spider and a bird to protect them. The spider, the spider quickly spun a thick web over the entrance of the cave. Then a wild pigeon made a nest right there and laid eggs. When the bedmen came to the cave, they saw the spider web and the bird's nest. They said, "Look, this web is old. No one could have gone inside without breaking it." So they turned around the left. Allah saved them with a tiny spider. After saying, after staying रहने के बाद After staying in the cave for 3 days, the Prophet ﷺ and Hazrat Abu Bakr continued their travel to Medina. It was a long and hot journey through the desert. They had a guide to show them the way. At one point, a man named Suraka saw him. A man named Suraka saw them. They had a guide to show them the way. At one point, a man named Suraka saw them. He wanted the 100 camel, so he rode his horse fast to catch him. But as he got close, his horse's leg sank into the soft sand. He tried again, but the horse got stuck again. Suraka realized that Allah was protecting these men. He apologized and went back. Finally, after many days of traveling under the hot sun, they reached the beautiful city of Medina. The people of Medina were waiting for him eagerly. They were so happy to see him. They climbed on their roofs and ran into the streets. Children and adults sang a beautiful song called Tara al Badru Alayna to welcome him. It was a day of great joy and celebration. Everyone in Medina wanted to Prophet wanted the Prophet. Everyone in Medina wanted to Prophet ﷺ to stay at their house. They grabbed the reins of his camel, Qaswa, saying, "Stay with me, stay with me." But the Prophet ﷺ said, "Let the camel go, for she is commanded by Allah." The camel walked through the streets and finally sat down on an empty piece of land. This land belonged to two orphans. The nearest house belonged to a man named Abu Ayyub al Ansari. He was so happy that the Prophet ﷺ would stay with him. This was the beginning of a new this was the beginning of a new peaceful life for the Muslims in Medina.